Are you ready for the worst estate planning advice of all time? Hi, Nancy Beauvier here with Agape and NEXsteps. In this week's article and video, I'm going to address the top 7 items that are the worst possible estate planning advice of all time. Now, in this video, of course, it's going to be a bit of a teaser. I'm not going to reveal all 7. I will put a link here and also in the posts tab of my channel to my blog post where you can go and read all 7 of the items. But I will share 3 with you here today. The first one that I'm going to share with you is the concept that you don't need a will at all. The government will take care of it for you. Well, technically that is correct. If you die without a will, which is known as dying intestate, the government will take over the administration of your estate. They will try to find a relative to manage the administration of your estate. And in that case, it may be a relative who you wouldn't put in charge of the distribution of your assets. Beyond that, if they can't find any kind of a relative, or if none of your relatives will step up to do the administration, then the government will administer all of the assets of your estate based on the laws in the jurisdiction in which you have passed away. Again, that is not going to be ideal because you're not probably going to want your assets distributed the way that the government has decided to do it based on the laws that they must follow. For instance, maybe you're estranged from some of your relatives and you didn't want any of them to receive anything. Well, based on the intestacy laws of that jurisdiction, assets will be distributed according to the law. So that's the first worst. The second item that I'd like to mention is a will is all you need. It's important that you do have a will. A will take care of making sure that you do have somebody, hopefully that you have had agree to take on the role of executor, but it will also make sure that your assets are distributed according to your wishes, and it will also take care of such things as guardianship if you have any underage children, and it will also, hopefully you've included in there as well, what you want for your funeral arrangements. But a will is not everything that you need. A will covers those kinds of issues. A will covers things after you die. But there's a whole transition period. There's a whole period of life that accidents could happen, or you could become sick. Something might happen that you become incapacitated. So while it's important that you have a will in the case of your death, it's equally important that you take care of things while you're living. And that requires documents such as an enduring power of attorney in case you become incapacitated and you're unable to make any financial decisions on your behalf. That will ensure that your bills continue to get paid, that your care is paid for. And speaking of care, the other thing that you require is a personal directive. That's called different things in different jurisdictions, but essentially what it does is it gives somebody the authority to make medical decisions on your behalf. Again, if you become incapacitated, how does somebody make decisions if you haven't given instructions? Do you want them to do life-saving measures at all costs, or do you want to have the medical team just let things progress naturally? Those are important decisions. You don't want to have those kinds of decisions thrust upon somebody who is going to be in a position of perhaps having to give some instructions that could cause them to live with grief or regret for the rest of their lives. Those are 3 of the top 7 of the worst estate planning mistakes of all time. Please click on the link in our description here or in the post tab to read all 7 of them. I also would like to point out that I am a certified executor advisor. I work with families and individuals to ensure that these kinds of estate planning mistakes are avoided. I will consult with you and review your specific circumstances and make recommendations that you can then take forward to your legal and financial professionals to make sure that you have all bases covered. Thanks very much for joining me this week. I look forward to sharing more with you again next time. Bye for now.